Diary of a Black Girl. Dear Diary, today I learned that my black is beautiful. Today I also learned that beauty is sacred yet feared. Today I learned that my melanin and crown are sought after in the harshest of ways. Today I learned that every path that I've walked down has been prediagnosed and foreseen by those my mind cannot conceive. Today I learned that my black is feared. Dear Diary, the world scares me. At the age of 8, I was exposed to the animosity that had been pre-diagnosed by my nurse the moment she took in my mother's pregnant frame. Later, I learned teen pregnancy is frowned down upon, no matter how amazing my mother has raised me to be, a blessing and curse of my youth. Dear Diary, the world scares me. At age 9, I was told to marry rich because that's all pretty girls can do if they don't have and use their brains. Dear Diary, I'm sorry to break it to you, but my black is not pretty, it is beautiful. Dear Diary, I'm sorry to break it to you, but my mannerisms and eloquence in which I hold myself even when speaking in my first language, the African American vernacular English, is beyond compare. Dear Diary, at the age of 10, I was taught that my body would be different, that as a black woman I would have the most kids, and my body would be shamed and shunned while being mimicked and appropriated by those who shame and shun my light curves, the melanin of my skin, and the bounce of my curls. Dear Diary, my beauty cannot be obtained. Dear Diary, my beauty cannot be mimicked or created like Frankenstein's monster. Dear Diary, my beauty is an inheritance left to me by ancestors whose names I could never pronounce, not because of incompetence, but because speaking their names means to speak their resting souls back into existence. Dear Diary, at age 10, I learned that the world scares me. Dear Diary, at 11, I learned that not even my own father could bear the thought of puberty slamming into me like a brick wall to a motorcycle on a rainy day. So he was the first of many to shame me for my natural hair, for hiding my natural hair, for hiding beneath my brother's clothes. Dear Diary, 6 years later, I was taught that to be beautiful is to be a vixen and a virgin. To be beautiful, my skin should remain untouched. Dear Diary, that lesson did not age well. Dear Diary, at the age of 11, I was shamed for becoming too unladylike, too wild, too free. Dear Diary, at the age of 12 is when I stopped eating, counting pounds and calories, or forgetting to eat at all. The memory of going to bed hungry is still heavy on my heart because the boys at school watched my weight more than I did. A diagnosis no mother wants to hear, along with 2 others that still taunt me in my dreams and when I'm awake. Escape no longer a plausible idea. Dear Diary, at the age of 13, I started to really hate my body and the way I was beginning to grow like an unfinished puzzle, pieces still in the box. The Kardashians reintroduced into the mind of a middle school girl discovering what it means to be truly beautiful. Dear Diary, I discovered that wasn't me. Dear Diary, at 15, I learned that keeping your friends close and your enemies closer was nothing but a sugar-coated wax trap, a privilege not meant for me, a joke. Dear Diary, at 16, I learned that age does not matter to men double, triple, or quadruple my age. Dear Diary, I learned that the reality of pretty privilege. Dear Diary, that reality is not pretty, unwanted advances, unwanted touching, unwanted everything. Dear Diary, I can still feel his hands on my shoulders and thighs. Dear Diary, I still remember the fear, but the rage is more present, the rage that saved my life. Dear Diary, at 17, I learned that anger is a privilege that I don't have. Dear Diary, hatred is reserved for those with a clear conscience after washing their hands of black blood. Dear Diary, white hatred on a black face is but a black face. Black rage on a black face is the default personification that makes white women carrying white hatred cross the street when I myself walk by. Dear Diary, like everything else, we are meant to ignore the history that erased our bloodlines with a smile that still says dangerous. A smile I show off with pride because my black is beautiful and my love is abundant and beyond compare. A smile that I will continue to love on and spread to those around me because hatred only makes me love those around me harder, to shield them from the realities and the harshness of a world that has looked down on my existence and very being since the moment I was conceived. But my black is not only beautiful, it is resilient. Dear Diary, my black is like fresh baked apple pie in your so-called American dream. Dear Diary, my black is bountiful with enough love and prosperity to fuel the heart of a country that has gone icy beneath my touch. Dear Diary, the warmth of my soul radiates like beams of joy from the sun that we can never explore because some things aren't meant to be seen but felt and appreciated. Dear Diary, my black is my essence, and the reclamation of my love from those who are not worthy of my attention is a path to healing a heart that has been broken more times than it has been loved on. Dear diary, my black is the essence of beauty herself, and she refuses to be locked away in a cage bearing shackles. Dear diary, my black is the essence of love herself. Dear diary, I think I'm in love with love herself. Dear diary, I'm in love with the love and resilience and strength and growth and healing. Dear diary, I'm in love with my people's history and our reclamation of our identity as a culture. Dear diary, I'm in love with the waist beads and dances and braids and music. Dear diary, I'm in love with the culture that loves me. Dear diary, I'm in love with the pop-ups and check-ins. Dear diary, I'm in love with my family. Dear diary, I'm in love with myself.